pretty incredible seasons. So today we're looking at 10 lone players who currently this season are doing very, very well at their new clubs. So I've ranked them from 10 to 1, 1 being the player who I believe is having the best spell out on loan this season across Europe. And, maybe some of these players are potentially on loan from some of your clubs, so this is a good way to keep track of who's doing well at clubs. Now there's a couple of rules to this. Of course you have to be on loan, but I've not included ones which have options to buy or are kind of like loans in quotation marks. Those like David Raya, for example, who's on loan but not really, everyone kind of knows that's going to be a permanent, not included, just deals which are basically going to be straight loans, I've included, and there's a maximum of 1 from each club, just because there was a couple clubs who I could have included a couple players from, but I wanted to give a bit of variety. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know who I've missed from this list. I'll give you some honorable mentions at the end, but anyone else who's doing great on loan, put in the comments below. And let's begin. So number 10, Wout Weghorst, a name which you might remember from last season, who was, let's face it, a little bit of a meme at Man United. Most people mocked him, and we all kind of viewed him as not good enough last season when on loan at Man United. Well, this loan move has been different. Weghorst returned to the Bundesliga this year, joining Hoffenheim on loan. Weghorst enjoyed an incredible spell in the league back in 2018 when he was at Wolfsburg. He hit 17, 16 and 20 goals in his 3 seasons at the club, and it seems like he really enjoys the league as he started life at Hoffenheim very well. While he might not hit those Wolfsburg numbers, he's got 3 goals in just 9 games so far, and his overall play has been very good for Hoffenheim, and he's proved to be a very useful asset to his side. He started off slow, but he has really hit form. In fact, all 3 of his goals come in the last 3 games, scoring against 2 of the most informed sides in the league right now, in Bayer Leverkusen and Stuttgart, who we spoke about in the video where we looked at 10 clubs thriving right now. It seems Weghorst is settling in at Hoffenheim now and could well return to the Wolfsburg. Weghorst. Number 9, Morgan Sanson. When Sanson joined Aston Villa back in 2021, many people expected big things. He had been one of the best midfielders in Ligue 1 for quite a while at that point, and was finally making the move away from Marseille, which many had doubted would come earlier. However, it didn't work out for whatever reason, and Sanson left this season on loan to Nice after just 20 games played for Aston Villa. He did have a loan spell last year back in France for Strasbourg, which was okay but not spectacular. However, this loan spell has been much more productive, and Sanson is slowly showing signs of the player that Villa spent £16 million on. He has played every single game so far this season for Nice in the midfield, and as we mentioned in that video, looking at the 10 thriving clubs right now, Nice, like Stuttgart and Leverkusen, are thriving. He's one of their most consistent players and one of the first names on the team sheet right now for a side which is challenging PSG for the title right now. It's nice to see Sanson starting to recover his form a bit, and hopefully for his sake he can continue this and get a full consistent season under his belt and maybe achieve something very special this year on loan with Nice. Number 8. Dennis Undav. When this move was made, I personally was a bit surprised, and I think quite a few others were too. Undav, in his first season for Brighton last year, did decent. He scored 5 goals in relatively few minutes, and especially towards the back end of the season, I thought he looked pretty good and was a useful player for them. However, he clearly did not do enough to convince manager De Zerbi that he was good enough to be part of the squad this season. But with the way he is playing right now and the way Brighton are playing right now, De Zerbi might be regretting that decision. Undav has been really good on loan in the Bundesliga for Stuttgart this season and been a very useful player. Seri Girassi has been stealing the headlines as their main man with a ridiculous goal-scoring rate, but let's not forget about Undav, who in a lot less minutes has actually scored a lot of goals. He's got 5 goals in 12 assists in just 4 starts. Girassi has been injured recently, and Undav has stepped up as a main man for Stuttgart and scored some big goals, including a winner versus Borussia Dortmund in their last game. He's also proved when Girassi is fit, he can be a great impact player off the bench, scoring the 2 winning goals in just 20 minutes versus Cologne earlier in the season. So Undav is going great right now, and it seems Stuttgart have 2 fantastic strikers on their hands right now. Number 7. Abdul Fattah. Leicester have made a record-breaking start for Championship this season, and a big player for them has been loanee Abdul Fattah from Sporting Lisbon. The Ghanaian has featured in every single game so far this season for Leicester from the right wing and grabbed 1 goal and 1 assist. While that may not seem so impressive, it's his overall play which has been vital to Leicester's success. His dribbling ability from the right wing has been frightening, as he averages the most take-ons, progressive carries and progressive passes in the league. He's also great off the ball as well, racking up lots of tackles, clearances and aerial wins due to his ability to play as a wing back, and that has made him such a useful player on and off the ball for Enzo Maresca. All of this is at the age of just 19, playing in his first real proper season as a regular starter for a side, and he's showing massive potential, and I expect him to continue to be a big reason why Leicester may be returning to the Premier League next season, and if they do, I'm sure they will want to keep hold of Fattah permanently. Number 6. Issa Kabul. Issa Kabul was a player who I don't think many people blinked an eye to when they saw he joined Luton from Man City this summer on loan. Me included, I didn't think much of it. However, he's quickly shown that he's actually a very competent Premier League fullback and been one of Luton's better players this season. In Luton's back 5 system, Kabul has done very well as the right wing back, and after a run of fairly unsuccessful loans abroad, considering that this is his first season playing regularly in England in the Premier League, he's done fantastic. He's played 11 times this season and has been a real outlet down the right for Luton. His numbers are actually very similar to Fadawi, with Kabul one of the best progressive carriers and dribblers in his position in the Premier League. He's been getting forward really well and also grabbed himself some assists. I'm pretty sure he got an assist for Liverpool as well, so Kabul has done well so far and proved he's definitely a Premier League level player and important for Luton. Okay, now we really step it up. Like, these players are properly killing it. The last six are doing well, but now these players are doing very well. Start with number 5, Serginho Dest. Now, Dest has had a very weird career so far. He broke into the Ajax team in 2019 and was touted as one of their better youngsters, and that convinced Barcelona to buy him. He started off pretty well, but then started to slow down a bit, and went to AC Milan and didn't do anything, and is now back in the Netherlands with PSV. So he's played for some of the biggest clubs in the world, 4 clubs in fact, and he's still only 23. He's gone from being a wonder kid at Ajax to, I guess, a failed wonder kid at Milan, and now back to being a wonder kid at PSV this year because he is killing it. Under Peter Bosz, again, as we covered in the video earlier, I mentioned PSV have been perfect and won every single game in the league this season. Serginho Dest has almost been the glue to that team. Used as an inverted left back for the first time in his career, Dest has taken to this new role with ease. He's been so dynamic from this role, dribbling with the ball so well. His passing has been incredible. He's also got forward nicely, grabbing an assist as well. And overall, as I said, has really been the glue to the PSV side as an inverting fullback, and is one of the key tactical setups for Peter Bosz. Dest is doing great, and hopefully he can continue this and maybe break back into the Barca side next year. Honourable mention to Malik Tillman though, who's been great on loan at PSV, but I had to go for Serginho Dest. Number 4, Romelu Lukaku. Now this one kind of pains me to say after what Lukaku did to Chelsea, but I have to admit, Lukaku, fair play. He's doing very well right now on loan at Roma, considering he has had quite a circus for summer, getting rejected by Juve and Inter. This move to Roma really had to work for him, and it has done. He's got 6 goals in just 10 Serie A matches, and a very impressive 3 goals in 4 Europa League games, which have been crucial in helping Roma get out of their group. He's kind of kept Mourinho in a job as well, so far, as Roma looked very bad at the start of the season when Lukaku wasn't in the team, but he came in, and when there were rumours about Mourinho leaving, he's turned their form around and helped them massively. He's the 3rd top goalscorer in Serie A right now and proven to be a great loan signing. The only reason I'm not putting him higher on this list is because I think a lot of us expected this to work out, as Lukaku is meant to be in his peak, a proven bagsman in the Serie A, and I also think this one probably will get made permanent. But either way, credit to him for hitting the ground running in Rome instantly. Right, top 3 time now, and number 3 we have Xavi Simons. Now we all kinda knew this would be a hit, a very high potential youngster joining Leipzig, a club who play good attacking football and youngsters always thrive at. Having come off the back of a season where he was Eredivisie top scorer, it was inevitable Simons would be a success, and that's exactly what's happened. He's got 6 goals and 8 assists in all competitions, and looks like one of the best youngsters in the world. To be honest, you could argue he should be number 1, but I think most of us expected he would get it, and at Leipzig, that's the only reason I put him lower. But Simons has come into that Leipzig side and already established himself as a key player, despite it being quite competitive in his position. But he's been one of their most important players already. Simons is a true talent who I expect, if PSG are smart, next season will be starting for them week in, week out. Number 2, Savio. This kind of feels cheating. Technically, Savio is on loan at Girona this season from French club Troyes, but Troyes are owned by the Man City group and so are Girona, so this one is a bit dodgy, hence why I've not put it number 1. But still, I have to acknowledge what an incredible season Savio is having. Savio, at the age of just 19, is one of the key players for the current La Liga toppers. He has an impressive 4 goals and 4 assists from left wing, and has been one of the best dribblers in the league with one of the highest progressive carries and successful take-on numbers. Savio has been both creative and clinical, and in the right moments, grabbing the assists for the winning goal versus Villarreal, the winning goal versus Granada, and the winner versus Vallecano. Savio is showing some serious ability and could have serious potential at the age of 19. Don't be shocked if they move him over to Man City very soon. And number 1, Matheus Sule. I think that's how you say his name. Now this is a name which, if you're not watching Italian football, you probably don't know much about, but soon will. Sule is a Juventus player and on loan to Serie A side Frosinone, where he has done incredible. After not being given much of a chance at Juve, he's proven he's Serie A ready this year, and maybe Juve made a mistake not giving him a chance. He's grabbed 5 goals and assists this season from right wing at the age of just 20. What makes this impressive is he's doing this for a bottom half relegation contender. He's come in and been by far and away their best player and one of the best players in Serie A. You have to feel sorry for him though, because he's doing great yet still can't stop his team from losing. He got an assist for Sassuolo but they lost, scored for Fiorentina but they drew, scored for Bologna and they lost, and the worst one of them all, he got a brace versus Cagliari and they still lost. The poor guy is playing for a team which clearly isn't on his level, but nevertheless showcasing his talents and showing that next season he can go straight into that Juve starting lineup, and maybe an Argentina call-up could be on the cards soon if he keeps this sensational form up. But there we go, those were 10 players killing it on loan right now. In terms of honourable mentions, we have Jay Stansfield, Ansu Fati, Mohamed Bayo, Lorenzo Colombo, Takeda Lara, Eric Garcia, Yan Couto, and Malik Tillman. Who else did I miss from the list? Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like.